Welcome to the Serenyx League 3v3 Meltdown number 7. I'm Sporty FC. Joining me here is Ground Zero. We've been waiting a little bit, the players have been as well, but it's time to get our first match underway. The winners semifinals, and we've got some fun teams here. Returning is Blue Pirot, who got second in the last Meltdown, taking on Creation Station with a lot of recognizable names in Peaky, Keeters, and company. This is going to be a great matchup. How are you doing, Ground Zero?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Thank you so much for the opportunity for coming back to another Saturday for the Serenyx for this 3v3 Meltdown. And as always, we are always excited to see. And we've also got drops for anyone who actually doesn't know here. So this is going to be very interesting to see how well this goes for tonight. And as you said, we got some very equally fresh two teams as well for today. The players are in, and I've no doubt they're also ready to play. We've got some EU teams. And, you know, when it comes to EU, that is quite literally my specialty. I've casted these players before, Dreamy Khan. I've seen these people before. I know I played these games, my friend, but straight off the kickoff, some interesting strats because they're going for the demo-heavy plays here.
He said as well, and in fact, actually, this is an EU. This is very much. Although this is an NA-based tournament, this is an EU-based event. Ooh. I believe out of our top 4 teams, 3 of them are all from Europe or South America. In the case of our number 1 overall seed, they're actually from South America. So we've got a lot of players from a lot of different regions here. North America may not win in the 3v3 Meltdown, and I don't want to say this. I don't want to curse it, but I don't think we've ever had a non-NA team win in a Serenyx 3v3 Meltdown. Someone's gonna check that for me, but if that's the case, this is very likely going to be the first event where we see someone do it. Last event, I felt like he was the one to do it, but Blue Pirot, which I believe went by a different name back then, lost in the grand finals to the Llama Champions, which is a very NA-based team, one of the last events the Llama Champions ever played in. Blue Pirot themselves are coming back, looking for that win, and are gonna get the first goal. A shot straight in, and Blue Pirot are off to the races.
Fantastic shot there, Dreamy. I've seen this man before. He's a top German player, fantastic talent for his side of his level as well, his caliber. So it's not too surprising to see him teaming with Khan and R. But to be, as you said, from the South American team, One Piece, Swoog, and Orohar. I do believe, though, I believe Johnny Boy mentioned about your earlier point that no NA really sided players or NA representative players have really won any tournaments, but that's the same for RLCS these days. It seems to be some interesting conundrum where, as you said, it might be a time for NA to start realizing that they are actually just that minority region. It's a hard pill to swallow, and that was going to be a hard pill to swallow for another second goal coming in. Jimmy off the back, we're trying to get that double tap from the flip reset here. Renzo 50 pinch, maybe a setup. Han is the only player here with boost, and a challenge comes in from Han, finding the angle. And to be fair, I might make a correction actually real quick. It was actually R himself with the boost right in front of the net, but he kept it away, left it up to Han. Didn't want to take the credit. What a team! What sportsmanship there, Sporty. Isn't that right?
Yeah, by the way, this is not the South American team in Creation Station. This is one of the last NA teams. This might be the last NA team in the upper brackets. So you have to think if there's anyone here that's NA's last hope, it is Creation Station. And by the way, 1P, that's Peaky. I know that's Peaky, Swoog, as well as that's probably Keeters, by the way, who's the last player on that roster. Keeters himself likes to change his username a lot, so I bet that's Keeters having a little bit of fun, as he often likes to do in events. Says Blue Pirot, though, keeping some strong offense, 2-0 up. We feel like this team, the heavy favorites in this matchup, really proving as such. They got second in last event, went to Game 5 2 times in a row against the Llama Champions. And if they can take down the Llama Champions, you know they can take down Creation Station. The question is, though, a new day, a new competition, and there's some pretty scary teams ahead of them. Blue Pirot, the question's not going to be, will they beat NA? It's going to be, will they beat the teams ranked above them here? They're 2-0 up in Game 1, half of the way through. A Creation Station holding their line, haven't scored just yet. Upfield pass, Khan to shoot. This one drops in, Piqué didn't read it. And a 3-0 lead, Blue Pirot score again.
Fantastic goal here. Excuse me, the read from Khan again. The flip reset kind of killed the momentum, but enough power to really pop that into the back of the net once more, I have to say. Fantastic plays in the meantime. 3-0 here, so that one representative you might have for American in their name, I have to say those dreams are looking minimal at best, but it might just have some surging hope. We're coming back once more from that aerial play from Orohar, I have to say. Really unfortunate setup there from our man himself, Dreamy. Really tried his best to cut your pinch that for a clear. Didn't work as well as he'd hoped, unfortunately.
Yeah, there you saw Keeters trying to go for that little play ahead and got absolutely everything on it, but Still, it is Blue Pro who have a major lead here in Game 1. We haven't mentioned it, but this is, I don't know if actually you mentioned it, but this is a best of 3, so this is not a very long matchup, not a lot of games to win, not a lot of time to recover, and Creation Station are coming back. Swoog's got the second. Creation Station are one away from tying it.
Incredible shot. Swoog, well, they take the lead nearly. Well, the one goal at least is still needed to break down that lead from the side of the EU representatives, but they've done quite well for themselves to come back in such a short amount of time. I wouldn't say it's unheard of, but definitely very, very difficult to pull off. So the South American team do have some tricks up their sleeve. That's nearly a great Doomsday could have come in. R with a great save. Doing that out once again with Khan. Khan slapped down to the empty corner, at least with 3 people. They could have done something, but no clearance really comes out. Yeah, Dreamy pinch. 1P now, trying to set up an area of play. Read well by Khan. The only Scottish player in a very long time I've seen, other than Icon. That's really about it, but great talent for himself, and he's doing well to represent not only EU, but Scotland as well. Scotland power, that's for sure, as Jamie tries to clear it out. R too slow to the catch, and R now have to work off upon his touch. Clear it away from the backboard. Great save once again, Swoog. Operating from the sidewall, able to get that skim there. That does power into the hands of 1P. 1P shoot, unfortunately R will have the clearance.
Yeah, and I've seen Peaky go for those kind of plays before. That's who 1B is, by the way. I've seen Peaky go for that kind of stuff before. He loves a good redirect, but he won't find that one here. Blue Pro stopping him short here. We'll go for the play away. Peaky. Peaky with open room, open space, and an open net. Saved by Khan. Swoog will be up. Infield pass.
Maybe.
Peaky got bumped. There's no one there to shoot. Keeters to jump, we'll find that touch as Swoog, midfield, wins the challenge. Creation Station, have room upfield, have time, but they don't have a lot of it here as Khan wins the play. Off the sidewall, Swoog is up, beat by Dreamy. Peaky, missed it! He got bumped from behind! Blue Pro with a 2-goal lead again, and this time it's late in the game, and you really feel like that might be the goal to settle things.
4-2, just when we thought there was a slight bit of hope maybe for this team to come back in time, but the South American side, they just underestimated the EU's one last moment, and that will be their undoing.
They're North American, by the way. I think you forgot again.
I keep saying South American for some reason. My mind's just stuck on that.
I know. I mentioned before that we have a South American team as our number 1 seed this event. This is not our number 1 seed. I promise you, we'll probably get to see them later today here. But Blue Pro, though, trying to take down NA's last hope in the upper bracket. Swoog will clear. As Khan gets this one dunked. Blue Pro, though, will take Game 1. No chance for Creation Station to come back from this deficit. This got off to a bad start, and it got worse and worse as the time ticked away. Blue Pro, who got second place last event only to the Llama Champions, proving why they are a top-tier team in this event, and why you need to take them seriously, because if you don't, well, they've already proven that they can get it done.
Yeah, it is very interesting, but the North American side 4-2 for the first game. Once again, just to say that while the pressure may have been against them for maybe near the ending, but the North American side have done well. Swoog, 1P, and R definitely not a team to underestimate in any moment, because if they do, well, I think the EU side might just find themselves on the reverse comeback here. And I just realized, with the 116, I don't know why R is facing the worst of the ping issue here, and he's still playing at like second pace, 500 ping. That is still higher than every other player from the other side here. As you can see, 4 shots, 5 shots, 3 shots. This is a team that is operating on a very, very high level. And I've seen these teams play on minor tournaments, weeklies as well. So they have a lot of chemistry here, and that can be very, very hard to beat. It has been done twice from Swoog, 1P, and R, but I think they're in for a very long journey. I think they're in for a very, very long journey. They're sporty, and it's not going to be an easy trek, though. It definitely looks like a Mount Everest level climb for them if they want any hope of beating this very, very phenomenal team from the EU side. But overall, still, we've seen that there is potential. Is going to have to come at a cost of, some faster reactions. I feel like they're just unconfident sometimes with some of the attacks that they're going for, but maybe the next game might have it. But it is match point, so in this best of 3, as you said, if it is not here and now, if they don't pull up the socks and shift into new gear, they will find themselves knocked out to the lower bracket.
Yeah, it will be a tough position to be in if you're the Creation Station, because this is a team that they're expected to lose to. They're the number 6 seed in this tournament. and they are really going to have to battle for every single goal they get. Blue Pro, Khan, Dreamy, and Risen, by the way, who goes by R.
Oh, Risen, of course.
That's
my
Risen.
Man, Risen, of course. Yeah, Risen, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
that
know, man.
guy.
Yeah, that
yeah.
guy. Now I remember.
I was gonna say,
Took me a
your
second to
buddies,
clock it, yeah.
your buddies with Risen,
Yeah.
you know, you guys have dinner every single night, right? No, anyways.
Of course, yes, this guy, yeah, of course. How could I forget this man? He took me on a date.
If Risen's listening, I'm sure they're gonna be very concerned, but they're not listening. They're playing, and they're getting the first goal too. Risen with the first one tonight in Game 2.
What a shot, what a goal, but you know, just all jokes aside, this is one of the first top tier players I had play for my first ever show match back when I was only but a mere mortal in the Rocket League scene before I became who I am with the Rocket League content we've been pumping out. But Risen was one of the first players I ever put up on YouTube in relation to Rocket League content in the show match setting. So yeah, you cannot forget a man like him, even though I have forgotten him. It didn't clock in my mind until the R, and I was concerned because he actually invited me to the party. I'm thinking, who the hell is this man right now? I have no idea. But yeah, fantastic team. Khan couldn't do much with that ball. Snapped it straight into the opposition's hands here in Arhar with an early flick. 1-0, not the hardest of leads to beat, but when it's a team like this with Blue Pirot, they are very, very difficult to outplay. Nearly Dreamy with a flip reset shot in. Risen taking his time, his third man back. 1P trying to kill it out, and Dreamy now having to wait patiently for the one touch and easily reads away Swoogs' clear here, and now shot maybe comes in. 1P too slow of a touch. Once again, Risen on the attack. Dreamy being his sword. Unfortunately, the shield didn't last for too long before the attack was right back in the hands. Oh, that's a great demo. Physicality aside, this has been rough for team, you know, Creation Station. They just haven't looked as comfortable as the first game. Maybe when they were on the comeback, sure, but I don't see them looking as confident as they were last time.
Even though it's closer, you're not wrong. They haven't looked all that confident, and I think part of the reason why was that in Game 1 it was gone for them so quickly that they really didn't have anything to prove. Everybody knew this Blue Pro team's the heavy favorites in this matchup by a pretty wide margin. Creation Station, though, because this game is closer, because this game actually has a good chance of them coming back, they need to find that goal, or else this is going to be one where it's going to be very tough for them to feel like they have a chance in front of the net. Keeters keeps it away. Jump in, it is Risen, Dreamy in behind, but it's peeking it clear. Swoog is up, wins that challenge. Khan will have the ball. One-on-one with Keeters. It's Khan, the fake, the demo, the dunk and throw. Blue Pro has so many options. He could have gone for the fake, he could have gone for the delayed flick, he even could have gone for an neutral bump in this position, but instead, he goes for the dunk, and Keeters is made to look silly. A second goal for Blue Pro, and now things start to get away from Creation Station.
Yeah, this has been a game that's gone out of our grasp continuously. But there's what happens one time. Oh no, Khan, how do you do that right on top of their heads too? Smooth tried his best to delay it. Unfortunately, he's gonna have no hope of that. That is another GG moment. It has been a very close game. They have fought their way through, but Creation Station might just see themselves another situation, not too dissimilar from their previous game here. Trying to spend their swoop, but too slow, not enough boost to really finalize that goal. 1P sliding up from the midfield, up to the air, another attack's not vicious enough here. They just aren't as lethal as they hope to be. Good touch from Alhara, pass down to Swoop. Swoop fires! Gets the goal, 1-3, changes the fates of Team Creation Stations. It's got 2 minutes left right now, Sporty, but what a pass from Alhara from the side one, and Swoop now swoops in, if I do say so myself, and pops in that ball on the dribble in the 50 exchange on the goal line. Not an easy thing to do.
Oh, that's a great, as you said, it's a great pass from Keeters, who really needs to work for that one. Blue Pro have not given Creation Station much to work with here, as it's now all down the net. Will be Keeters, almost, oh, it's in! Oh, it deflected through! An own goal from Blue Pro. And I was about to mention how, even though we've been talking as if Blue Pro have won this thing dominantly, last game had a 1-goal difference late in it. This game does too, an own goal, and Creation Station mounting a comeback in Game 2 to stay in the upper bracket. They must win here, and they're only 1 goal away from giving themselves that chance.
Out from the side. Well, wait.
He
Is that not power? Oh, that's tragic there for Ahar. Tried his best, but once again, it's just the effort's too little, too late. Pinch there from Swoog. Good touch from the side wall, maybe a bump, one last second play. Han saves it off the backboard, nothing in the tank. Working off of a pinch, but Risen is able to save it once again. 50, once more, Dreamy. Killing it out, that's a shot. Swoog! So close, but Dreamy once again, another save. Clears it once more. And 1P trying his best, but even his 2 cents ain't enough to bite back this game and a win! That is a comeback. I think this might just be a read from Dreamy. He misses it too! Okay, this is interesting. This has been a back and forth, not too dissimilar from a tennis game. We should see the ball popping up in the back and forth here. A pinch attempted, but nonetheless does fail. To one last final chance, as the chances themselves are really much dwindling, just like their hopes right now. 46 seconds and counting down. Sporty, we haven't seen maybe that equalizer goal happen just yet for Creation Station.
Yeah, they're really fighting for it here. That's some multiple good chances, you said. Set up by Peters. Played in front by Swoog and Peaky, but still, it won't be enough. They're still down by 1. It's Peters through the defense! That will do it! Blue Pearl out of position, and it's Peters who strikes!
Well, that's not an easy thing to pull off, I'll tell you that, but Risen, unfortunately, as a second man, failed in his one duty, was delaying that shot for as long as possible for Han to come back, and even he tried with the minimal amount he can to come back and save that shot. Unfortunately, well, looks like this might just be either a game 3, or we might just see this game lose if Dreamy gets this goal, and yes, he does. Pinches with the opposition. Great pass for Han, straight off the kickoff, and once again, fate settles a very, very sinking stone into the dreams of Team Creation Station to get this game back 4-3, unless a miracle happens right here, right now off the kickoff here, Sporty.
18 seconds for Creation Station to stay in the upper bracket. Everybody goes off kickoff. It's Swoo, can't beat Khan. Dreamy to Risen. Blue Pro, play to the back corner. Peaky will handle it, but he's got to go the entire length of the field. He's got teammates ahead. He's got players below. And Skeeters with the touch. Khan with the pinch back. It's Swoog to keep it up. Swoog. Well, I don't know if he won that challenge, but he is playing it to Peaky. This one is up. Risen. Oh, he doesn't drop this one down. Still up for Creation Station. As Khan wins the play, there's no one in support. And Blue Pro, the number 2 seed. The EU side stays in the upper bracket.
Well, this was a great game for Blue Pirot. Sure, they may have been on the orange side here, so, you know, the branding did fail slightly, I have to say. Just kind of tiny tedious things to point out, but honestly, just a perfectionist game from their side. I expected nothing less from a roster I've seen multiple times, and even their stats back it up. Fantastic game. Erhan has absolutely dominated. You see that double tap angle he was able to pull off? That is not an easy thing to do, and he's really pulled this game far, especially that final pass all the way to his teammate, and it's been GG's since then for this roster. They've continuously won, and I doubt they're going to go down any more further games here, to be honest. And this looks like this could be a game finish overall, and this could actually be the game where the team that could win it all here once more. So I know from your side, we're having an EU and NA battle right within the casting booth as well there. I'm not going to lie, slightly, they're sporty, but hey, you know what? Let's see how further it goes. But nonetheless, it will be Blue Pro with a win in this game.
Yeah, it will be. They'll play against the winner of MaSuRa and Mysterious. MaSuRa, by the way, that's the Sam team I've been talking about. That is our number 1 seed. And it is Mysterious, actually another NA team. So I was wrong about how there's only one NA team left. There's 2 here in Creation Station. Obviously now in lowers. MaSuRa in uppers. We'll see who plays against Blue Pro soon. But what I can say, though, is that we have just started our event here. This is a $120 tournament here, thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to our sponsor, as well, in Future Form Design Lab, so you can get your everyday design needs met, because great design belongs to all here. So we're going to be going to a little bit of a break. When we come back, it will be a best of 5. The winners finals will be next year. Blue Pro taking on either MaSuRa or Mysterious. We'll get you an answer on that result and on our future match in just a few moments. Give us a little bit of time. We'll be back soon. And welcome back to the Serenyx League Meltdown number 7. I'm so what do you see? Joining me again here is Ground Zero, and we've got the winners finals. So I was talking about that South America team, Ground Zero, in our last upper semifinals where Blue Pro swept Creation Station. They're here now. Team MaSuRa, a very solid roster with Roger, who's been here before, along with Matias and Super. Matias is the only rank X player in this tournament. There's a reason why this team is the number 1 overall seed. They just swept their last match against the number 4 seed in Mysterious. They've actually had the tougher bracket because Blue Pro didn't have to play the 3rd seed. Still, we'll have to wait and see how they perform. This is a longer matchup, a best of 5. And before this series, Khan and company, actually it was Dreamy, who was talking to us saying that he was pretty unhappy to not be the number 1 seed in this tournament and wants to prove that this team should be the number 1 overall seed if they win this. I think they've proven it.
Hey, all the more power to them if they can, and I don't doubt, because like I said, it's experience versus skill level, right? And well, this team definitely has it in spades. They've had it with not only that, but their chemistry, their talent, their fixtures, their rotation. Everything about them is picture perfect. They're a well-oiled machine, sure, but they are going up against a team that equally is competitive. South America has had a very fantastic rise in the last wall here. I have to say, Sporty, that is equally deserving a lot of credit, but you know, this is just it. It's passion versus passion is exactly how this game is going to be settled. It's a best of 5 as well. Great change and good luck to both sides. Excited to see how well this would go, because ping is definitely not on anyone's side tonight.
No, it isn't. They won't have to, you know, the EU team won't be able to talk about ping anymore because we're on the US East servers with an EU team and a South American team in the winners finals. Blue Pirot on the blue now. Finally, the blue team's on the blue. MaSuRa on the orange. And the player to watch out on MaSuRa is this one, Matias, the only rank X player in this tournament, by far the highest rank. This team, if I know anything about Raggio, super mechanical, super solo play heavy, and expect them to bring the pressure, as Matias just missed there. Raggio will play the defense, but it will be Risen, the demo through. Blue Pro looking to get offense early against MaSuRa.
Yeah, but actually, the first start off could have been a goal for Matias. Unfortunately, just slammed off the backboard and off the woodwork from the woodwork, and sparked right back out for a counter attack that nearly did find itself in the back of the orange. Excuse me as I look and gasp upon it and choke on my own breath. Cause what is that play? What a pinch of the opponent there. That ball went straight in. Unfortunately, Risen was only making his manly way back for a save. And well, it's going to be tragic as it goes straight back into the goal. Now he's going to be forced to watch that. And right now, this roster of MaSuRa is already in, getting the first goal for themselves. And well, there's a second as well to add on to it.
Yeah, Matias right off kickoff here. MaSuRa not holding any punches. I'm sure they maybe don't know this Blue Pro team, but I'm sure they'll get to know them pretty soon. And while you have to take this team seriously, there's a reason they got 2nd place in the last 3v3 Meltdown. And a reason why this MaSuRa team themselves knows what it's like to be here. But there's a kickoff the other way. Khan will put one in. And Blue Pro not staying too far behind MaSuRa.
Fantastic goal straight off the kickoff. Khan, power. Make sure he didn't tell the post and go out on this. That would have been tragic to see, but nonetheless, 2-1. Hard-fought game between either side here, and Vergeo and alongside Khan off the kickoff. Super and his best. Vergeo fantastic, controlling that now. Flip reset Arsenals, and unfortunately, not for too long before Dreamy stops it all the way back. Super. Move it down. Khan with a possibility of cleaning out. It's gonna be Risen instead. Leaves it up to his teammate. I'm getting that weird glitch recently where people's boost keeps swapping. I don't know why, but it really messes up the casting moment there. Han, fantastic touch from midway. Matias right down to Vergeo and Super, trying to put it down past midfield. It's been a lot of pressure against the South American team, I have to say. The number 1 seed, they're definitely short, but they haven't been looking too cozy. It's not been smooth sailing for them right now, with a possibility of a goal could be surmounting any given moment there, my friend Sporty.
Yeah, Blue Pro definitely the more aggressive of the two teams here. It's MaSuRa who are playing a very counter-attack heavy style, and they might find an opening here as Vergeo off the back wall, or actually off the corner here, trying to get by Risen as Dreamy. Played by Matias off the back. Matias will not have that one. Super. Vergeo, oh, he missed on this one. Blue Pro both jumped at it, but no harm done. Is now in the midfield. Dreamy with space. Up is Khan. Will try to drop things down, but no one in support. Risen had already left, and MaSuRa go the other way. Not Matias, denied by Dreamy.
That is a really unfortunate set of circumstances, sure, but Vergeo Han. I have to say Han. He looks the most troubled here. I would have thought that he'd be a little bit more competitive, sure, but they definitely look like a fish out of water right now. Risen trapped in his own corner once again, trying to defend these shots as best as possible. And now with Matthias and Dreamy from the sidewall. Time and maybe to pull it off. A good touch, passing play to Han. He clears it down low. He tried to catch the opposition off guard there. And MaSuRa definitely looks at least comfortable enough to clear this out. This game has been delayed once again. No goal, no ties. This game's still hard fought for only one goal. They have a difference between beat side. Maybe Han on the demo back after he tries to rotate. Risen trying his best to clear it down from the corner. Get another touch. That could have been a shot of the play here. That would have at least equalized this game. But unfortunately not going to happen. Their dreams are going to be cooked for now once more. What a shot. Pinch! Matthias with the save! The ground pinch of ground pinches. That is an incredible defense from MaSuRa's roster to be able to pull that off in a pressureful situation like that. Super off the backboard, back down to Risen, and Risen maybe for Dreamy. Top left bins, it's gonna go to the upper bracket, 2-2. After so long of trying to pepper this opposite side of MaSuRa with so many goal attempts, just stopped at the last moment. Not this time, this goal will go in for this team. The EU representatives finally are able to tie up the game.
No matter how much defense you can do here, it's always going to be a moment where it all falls apart. As Matthias Vageo, oh, it's in! Under the crossbar. What a strike for the... I believe he's the only one that's been in these tournaments before. Vageo is the only one I recognize from tournaments past, and MaSuRa finding him, and he's finding the net. The Argentinian, if I'm not incorrect, with a little over 90 seconds left, has given MaSuRa the lead in Game 1 of this best of 5.
Yeah, big change. The best of fives offers a little bit more game to get used to each other now, but the shot once again from the corner. Han slaps it in. The pressure once more, 3-2. Definitely changes up how comfortable these two teams would have looked earlier, but oh my god, Raquel. Yeah, sorry, Super's gonna be ready for a touch. Maybe he's got no boost still, not comfortable enough to go for it. I believe he's just gonna keep possession, hopefully close enough, but Dreamy, incredible touches. Maybe a set up to Han. Han not ready there for that, unfortunately. Risen himself as well, just trying to throw himself at the last second into the ball. Just clear it out and create the pressure right back and not give free touches or passes to these two teams here. Han, unfortunate 50, the ball did go wide and Risen trying to read this. Super slams it down. Regular waiting for that moment to clear it off the backboard as expected, and Dreamy nailed it for a teammate, or maybe go be that hero for the team to get that shot. Han himself unfortunately just went too wide off that ball. His predictions failed here, and Regeo back with Super. Back to needing boost here. Maybe a pass down Han. Last chance, not gonna happen. Dreamy fakes it away to Risen. Risen straight up in the air, getting bumped on the back here. Regeo with a 50. Oh, they sneak it in. Dreamy, full of dreams, finds that shot. That ball will find itself in the bottom right corner. Even after a bump like that on Risen, Dreamy was not frightened at all. 3-3, game is tied once more.
Yeah, great accuracy from Blue Pirot. MaSuRa getting their biggest challenge tonight. Blue Pirot's getting their biggest challenge tonight. These teams have their work cut out for them here, and very likely we might see this matchup again in the grand finals later tonight. For now, though, Salo getting that extra advantage going through to the grand finals here as MaSuRa with time. Matthias saved by Dreamy. 10 seconds to go in regulation. Super, who doesn't get the touch he wanted. This is going to be a play for Khan. Up is Wageo. Dreamy keeps it up, but it will be played to the floor. And we have overtime to start our winners finals. Again, a reminder, a spot in the grand finals awaits. Not only a spot in the grand finals awaits, but whoever can get to the grand finals through here will get an extra game advantage in our final best of 5 of the evening. MaSuRa, Blue Pro both want that one. Both these teams want to make history as the first, I believe almost the first non-NA team to win a 3v3 Meltdown in the Serenyx League. As Dreamy missed the net, up goes Risen, stopped by Matthias, and MaSuRa keep things going.
Oh, that is just sad. Oh, Dreamy could have ended it right there, but well, game goes on, and so too must this show. Risen from the corner now with everyone on the same side. What are they doing? What is this rotation coming from the EU side? Incredible, but Regeo flatlining one teammate there. Shot for Dreamy. That's gonna go in this time. He's gonna make sure not to miss this one moment there. Han pass from Regeo. Regeo in the corner, awkward, and unfortunately the open net really ran this team down. Matthias tried his best to come in time to save that one, but Dreamy will find that goal. First goal of this series in this best of 5 for the finals will be in favor for the EU representatives.
Yeah, Blue Pro finding that first game. Number 2 overall seed, making it known that they are far, far away from being out of this matchup here. The pressure stays on, but the hope for these players, it's still very much there. There's a lot on the line here. A lot that these players are looking out for, and with it being that best of 5 here, Ground Sevo, still a lot of work to be done. It's a long series. These players have a lot still to prove, have a lot still to do, because I mean, we're not even close to being done just yet.
Yeah, it's going to be a long journey, as mentioned from the get-go. When the finals come in, it's not just a tense, it's just a passion, as I've mentioned before. It's all about that. And both sides, as we can see, they have it in space, which makes that game just that much more enjoyable to watch and commentate. You want to see some tense fights, you want to see some close games, and, well, I'm excited to see how well it goes for either side here, but nonetheless, 4-3, for the first game is not a bad result, with most of it just being a back and forth that was just them fighting over gold territory, I feel. And now with this game coming on, with the first one at least, with the best of 5, there's no pressure immediately. I think this time for this roster, especially for the MaSuRa, now they get a moment to, a breather, reconvene, see what they can change about the strategy coming in fourth, because I think the ping is working against them. It kind of shot up every now and then. I think it's just really unfortunate that it's so inconsistent for them, which creates that kind of issue for reaction for them, some of these shots that the EU side have been putting on against them here. But now it's a moment to see, will fates change for MaSuRa, or will they have to reconvene and find themselves in the lower bracket to come back and recreate the storyline once more in the grand finals? Or well, will they be the winners? Who knows? But it's just a matter of time. Risen from the side while going for the pinch, and unfortunately not going to be finding that successful. Dreamy and Han deleted from the corner. Super laying up a charge for an attack, too slow. Dreamy was able to react and come in time and block it. We're going to go past their own half here, and I feel that the Jam side is now stuck playing against the pressure that they find themselves working against, because this whole team have been stuck in their own half for the past 30 seconds with no hope of a possibility of coming back. Maybe counter-attack from Super might have themselves a possible goal here. The counter-attack fails, the Super will find themselves going right back to their own half with the tails behind the legs.
Yeah, MaSuRa here, you said it, one of the big issues for them here is the way they're trying to approach this game. They're trying to create counterattacks, but they really haven't had much of a threat in the midfield to begin with here. You can't really have a counterattack heavy playstyle if you can't win the middle of the field, if you can't win those challenges, if you can't threaten the chance of going the other side of the field here. MaSuRa need to win these plays and need to make something happen in the midfield right now, and even in last game, they struggled to do just that, and it has definitely been the difference so far. You really think if MaSuRa wins that midfield, they win this series, but so far they haven't, and Blue Pirot have been able to clean up with the amount of pressure that they've been able to sustain.
Yeah, now great touch from Khan. Then off the backboards, he's one player there. Matthias is ready. Matthias Risen, flying right past the ball, and so is Dreamy. Everyone really working with low boost amounts here. Makes it that much more difficult to bring this ball out, but Regeo tries his best now. Risen gets up to play. On the backboard now, this is going to be a tense moment to see if this ball could go in. Han and to lay up a shot there, maybe a pass that might work. Dreamy trying his best to center it into the midfield, though he does find it, the danger zone once more. Super just get that save. Dreamy no boost. Boost is stolen, these from the midfield here. He got lucky, he got spawn on him. Working the sidewall pinch there, but right into the hands of the opposition. Super will have himself a ball ready handy as well at the same time with a touch that, well, sadly the flick doesn't go anywhere, but maybe the second one might just be the case. Fake to Regeo, and once again still outrisen, clearing it right back in the midfield here. Mateus delayed that venture out. A shot finally. Oh, Han own goals it there. Unfortunate, but Regeo will find himself with the first goal. Incredible pass from Matthias. What was Dreamy even doing there?
Yeah, Dreamy must not have expected the pass to be that high up, because I mean they're lost in that middle of that play. They don't know what they're supposed to do, and that is a big goal here. An early strike for the #1 overall team. Super looking for a second, but he will not have any Superman plays yet as Blue Pirot go the other side of the field. Dreamy back to Khan. Blue Pirot looking for an answer as Super Regeo Risen can't win that challenge as Dreamy will wait on this one, a little awkward in front. Will find the play to Khan. Dreamy ahead. Khan, the Getting dunked out here by Bageo as Risen missed the ball. Matias! That's not the player you want to be shooting from that distance. Just kept away, but now an open net. Super! Matias! 2-0 for MaSuRa.
What a goal for Matias. And Dreamy again. I just wasn't expecting him to be making these mistakes. I think he's definitely the player to be watching out for. He does so well when he's focused, but he definitely feels out of it right now in this game. Twice now where the crucial moment is playing as a third man. He needed to be the rock and stone, but unfortunately feels in that duty. Khan now. At least a 50 pass in midfield. Jamie, time to lock in. You still got 2 minutes left, and more than enough time really, I feel, with the time kind of constraints that they're working against to get those 2 goals back. 50 again. Challenge doesn't really, and once again JB pushed a bit too hard. Risen now has to make that challenge all the way back. Watch out, be careful though for Regeo as he tries to get a pinch, and Khan once more. Turn this up, one good flick is enough to shake up this defense. Dreamy reading from the corner, trying his best. That was a good shot, unfortunately. Once again, just failing at the crucial moments. Now with Khan delaying it enough to get it to Risen. He's so consistent at those aerial setup plays. It's very freaky how he does it, but maybe an aerial that just simply goes in. How? What were the team doing here, Regeo? What are we doing? Going up for the first man at the jump, that makes sense. Matias doesn't have boost. You put him in the worst position, trying to play off the backboard, and the bump connects perfectly under car. What's 1-2 for Blue Pirot?
Yeah, I didn't think we'd see that from Risen here in this matchup here. MaSuRa is pretty upset about that goal. 2 demos immediately. Matias, the fake, he's still going towards the net. He's looking to put a little razzle-dazzle now from MaSuRa's side. As Super Dreamy clears it out past the way. Now Bageo to the back corner will have a play midfield. Stopped by Khan. Super shot saved by Dreamy. Blue Pirot down by 1, still inside the final minute. MaSuRa playing for that control. Blue Pros had offense this game, but they have not made the best of their chances. MaSuRa, that fast pace, has caught out Dreamy before. It might catch him out again. That's just a little high. Dreamy's been caught a couple times this game. The reason he's been out of position so often has been because of the space and the speed that MaSuRa have made for themselves. They're such a fast team. It's so tough to read them, and they're making it known. This one flicked off the bar and in. Matias with goal number 2, and MaSuRa back to a 2-goal lead as Dreamy again outpaced by Matias. So this one, you can't blame him. He has to go. He really doesn't have any other options.
Yeah, there is no chances that they can find themselves. At least a 1-3. Fates have changed at least for MaSuRa. 1-1 this game will find themselves at a tie. And now, oh, that's a good bump. Matias more than time for a clearance here. Khan trying to get it in, unfortunately, fails. Risen. He's been the one player to at least gotten a goal here. The attack has failed a lot of times. Maybe the defense has leveled up here, realizing the mistakes from the last game and playing a bit more with an iron-tight grip on their defense has worked for this roster. MaSuRa Dreamy, one last final shot opportunity. No, it's not going to happen for them as they get delayed once more. And it's GG's Matias Regeo and Super. Finally, MaSuRa find themselves with a goal at least. Great change, I have to say. I don't know what they did. Really, I feel it was just more their defense doing a lot of work here, but equally so their offense did not shame them in this moment. 3-1. I wouldn't say domination, but a well-played game from MaSuRa.
Yeah, very well played from MaSuRa, who, again, we need to see a little bit of inspiration from here. They picked up the pace. The answer to what they did, they picked up the pace. They played a lot faster in this game. You could tell that they were not just playing for the 50-50s, but they were winning the 50-50s, more importantly here. If you are this team, you need to win those 50-50s. You can outpace really any other opponents, and they did that here. If they're able to keep up that speed, it's going to be very tough for their opponents to keep up here. It's going to be very tough for Blue Pro to keep up. They're going to have to start playing for a lot of challenges that they may just not win. That's the unfortunate result for them here. It's going to be a game based on how they can challenge, how they can play with those challenges, and right now they're going to have a tough time keeping up because this team is just that fast.
It has been. The speed's definitely been up to a pace or two, and I feel because of that, reactions may have been a little bit tightened down with the last game there. But now with the tie, match point is up for grabs here, Sporty. Now we're kind of stuck in a conundrum where we have to choose. Who do you think, like, if you were to choose right now, make a prediction, who do you feel comfortable in thinking would win this away currently?
It all comes down to if this is consistent out of MaSuRa. If they can consistently keep speed, they're going to be that better team, because they clearly can outpace their opponents, even when the Blue Pro side is playing well. It is though. It is though the question of can they be consistent enough to do it? Can they keep up with the opponents that they have? Or else are they going to fall behind here? Because that speed right now is the difference maker from last game. And again, if MaSuRa can keep it consistent, which seems likely, the Blue Pro side is going to have to make adjustments, and whenever you make adjustments, you always put yourself at risk of losing the next couple of games and really just falling completely out of this series.
Yeah, Khan now, once again, great challenge, Khan. Alongside Risen, off the backboard, laying up for Dreamy, but Matthias is ready. On the backboard, we do see Dreamy at least getting the second touch, making sure no real opposition finds them. What a redirect they're coming in from Dreamy once more. I feel like he's finally locked in now, whatever issues he had in the previous while. Last 5 minutes were definitely now gone. Jamie once again, laying up for the ceiling. Han ready for a shot. Oh, takes it in. Han early, getting the first goal for himself. What a goal! Fantastic setup off of that pressure from Regeo and Matthias, and Han and Jamie with the possible demo coming from Jamie. The bump though, the threat of it definitely did shake up Super as the defender, and getting the first goal is not an easy task for Blue Pro, but they managed to succeed here.
Yeah, it was Dreamy who got that bump, and crucially so, Super is getting that block. If you don't get that bump there, he's in the right place to challenge. And Sora outplayed one-on-one. We've seen Blue Pro have more success in the 1v1 than I expected that they would in this game mode, but they've definitely made it matter. As Dreamy again, stopped by Regeo. MaSuRa will be away here, and MaSuRa just trying to play for those mechanical infield passes. Gonna play with pace. The speed has definitely been a tough thing to master. They're gonna have that. Blue Pro will play one-on-one. It really does come down to which team will be able to do their playstyle better here. And Dreamy right now doing his job as he'll play down the field, plays midfield. 2 players waiting. He'll play the pass to Risen. Back post saved away. Khan shot save. Regeo is waiting, and MaSuRa the other way. And what a strike there! Risen is back, but MaSuRa frightening the net once again. Blue Pro cannot leave that back line open.
No, not at all. Well, speaking of leaving the blue line open, right happened right there, another bump, another pinch. This is exactly why they need to be more spatially aware here. Those demos are so crucial. When time they can be the make or break. And unfortunately, Matthias tried his best at 50 against Wilson, did fail, and that ball will still find itself comfortably and snugly fitting the back of his own net once more. That will be now 2-0 for this roster of Blue Pirot. Maybe the kickoff might just change some things. Bounce off wide, Risen with another attack to 50. Goes straight into the hands of Dreamy. Dreamy awkward here. Both teams really made themselves out of position just because of one mistake and really just grabbing themselves that recovery in time. And well, now we go, finding themselves gonna lead up another charge for the attack. Dreamy control well. Straight in the midfield here. Oh, the shot came in with some heat on that one. Can Dreamy save this? Unfortunately, no. Regeo will get that first goal for this roster.
Yeah, it is a crucial first goal for MaSuRa. This one they're going to be pretty happy with, because it doesn't really feel like Blue Pro made a mistake on that play. It just feels like MaSuRa successfully outplayed them, made them commit. MaSuRa's offense has been stunned at times. That's a crucial first goal, because it really feels like it's all they're working, all they're doing. If they can do more of that, you know they can take down Blue Pro. But right now, Blue Pro is waiting back. The defensive structure has been sound so far as Matthias stopped by Khan, but it's wide open for Super. He missed. Oh, he completely missed. Here goes Matthias. He's putting it off the bar. MaSuRa needed some extra steps. They wanted to make it a little bit more difficult on themselves, but eventually this ball clangs into the back of the net, and this game is tied.
That is a reality I never thought I'd see, but it has to be the funniest comeback I've seen in a bit. The double tap of straight hell, and the kickoff straight from a couple of demons here, it feels as well. What a shot. Han with the 50, Risen slapped up. Han took some pads in time to collect that and connect that ball, but I feel Matthias just was caught so off guard alongside Super there, Regeo there on the back. That is something, especially when you're just celebrating the fact that you managed to get a goal back after a very tough comeback here, and well, there he goes down the drain right off the kickoff again. MaSuRa have lost themselves. I think they need Dora's map here, because what is happening?
Well, what happened is they've lost 2 straight kickoffs in a row, and the way they want to play is aggressively. MaSuRa plays extremely aggressively on the kickoff here. They have to win, or else they're completely out of options. So, Blue Pro We've said it, I mean, we've noticed before, this team can play one-on-one, does play one-on-one, and they're winning one-on-one. MaSuRa's had their problems one-on-one, as that was a little closer than they maybe wanted to be there. Will be kept back as Risen saves it off the post. But again, one-on-one, Blue Pro have won, and MaSuRa playing those kickoffs one-on-one, playing extremely aggressively as well. Because they haven't won those kickoffs, they aren't really prepared to lose them. That's where the goals are coming from, as MaSuRa now need to answer back. 2 goals down with not a lot of time to go here. This is match point in game number 3 as Rogeo, blocked by Dreamy. Khan keeps this one airborne. Matias is waiting, but it's MaSuRa to play it downfield. It is Risen. Super, open midfield. He hit that one heavily. Khan will beat it a block. And a miscommunication. MaSuRa could have scored there, or the Verlies could have made more happen, but clearly not on the same page. The shot and the net at the same time. MaSuRa down 2 with little time to go. This one's in front, still no shots on it. MaSuRa is getting there, but the shot not good enough. Blue Pro escape.
Maybe another one from Dreamy. Doesn't really seem to have worked here. Less than a minute left, and Risen, fantastic connection with the ball. 50 against Rogeo. Now with Han, there's control from him to get this dribble set up, going down low for a shot here. Unfortunately, while the plan worked in theory, the execution just failed at the last crucial moment. The defense now trying to hinder any of these possible further attacks coming in from the side of MaSuRa. But match point, as I need to remind anybody here, that this is match point up for grabs. If you lose this, you lose this all. And I don't know if MaSuRa have within them stamina-wise to continue the rest of the series. If they do lose this game, going for up to a musty flick there from the ceiling will be Han. Han with the second shot. He has been the main contender for a lot of these goals. Great save from Super. Risen clearing it back into the hands of Dreamy. Dreamy from the ceiling. Leads it up for Han. Shot. He gets it once again. And speaking of Han, the main attacker, the contender in the spotlight for Team Blue Pirot. 683 short, but Han's goals have been 7-4. The main man to do it all for this roster. 5-2. This is a damning result for the end of MaSuRa.
And I guess my answer was also, I guess my question was answered. MaSuRa can't keep up that same pace. They couldn't keep up that same pace here. Blue Pro, oh, they want one more for their row. They won't get it here.
I saw that one.
They won't get it here. They want to go straight to game 4, straight to match point, and straight to their first of what could be 2 opportunities to win this series and advance to the grand finals. The team that said that they deserve to be the #1 seed, proving that that might be true here, as they're only 1 win away from taking down MaSuRa.
Yeah, this is a reality that I actually am gonna 100% agree that I do like with the way this ending is going for this current team. Well, and as we said, they're definitely proving their point. You know, when you make a statement, you have to be able to back it up with facts and statistics. And well, you can't be disappointed with the kind of facts you're being given right back into your own face here, with Han and Risen being the main men. 53% ball possession, the most boosting in serum. Their field domination, while it may not have been there earlier, but I feel after that, the way they've been playing has just been lethal. It's a different pace that I don't know. With the way it's been ramped up, the MaSuRa has been able to react to. The adjustments just feel a bit slow from their side. Maybe that's why they're kind of losing here, I feel. Those 50s in the midfield have been a very, very awful thing to contend against. And, well, even with the ping differences, it's been very, very much against this roster of Team MaSuRa. But in comparison, Blue Pirot on their kickoffs have been so consistent, so lethal, that I feel that it might just be the end of MaSuRa if they don't change anything with the next 5 minutes here, Sporty.
It could very easily be the end to MaSuRa's run in the upper brackets. The lower finals awaits the team that loses this thing. You're not out if you go down there, but you are under the threat of losing and getting nothing for your efforts. Blue Pirot need 1 more win, and they're already off to a strong start. Risen nearly got around Matias. Infield pass. Rogeo will keep it out. As up goes Khan, challenged by Rogeo. Risen, waiting. Now he goes. Gets that block on Super. Dreamy slowly does it, getting around Super. Matias, challenged by Risen. Rogeo, with time, with the room, with the bar, it's in front. It is pinched up by Dreamy. Follow-up shot, that's got off the bar. Super to shoot, that stays wide. Follow-up not there, and it's gone to keep it out. Blue Pro escape with their lives intact, with their hopes still abound. How did that ball not go in?
I don't know, but it's genuinely how they got away with murder. You can write a story a long one with how that one managed to go away unscathed here from the side of Blue. Pirot off the backboard now with Reggae with super from the corner. Dreamy now. Can I get the ball far? Matthias trying to get him in forward. Rizen's gonna be ready for the pass. The shot comes in. It's so close, but it goes wide. Dreamy now sees Khan set up in the midfield here. Unfortunately, once again, right away in that challenge, just working in favor of the side of Team MaSuRa. Han once again outpacing Matthias. Not enough boost to continue the rest of the play here. Will be from Super from the city. Super and open net. Super gets that goal.
What a beautiful strike there from Super to ceiling to the goal. Knew that the backfield was left open. Knew that there was space. And just look at the pace he does. He turns on the jets when he realizes that it is wide open. That's not an easy thing to do, folks. Super made it look easy. And he gives MaSuRa the first goal in Game 4, and a Game 4 they must win if they have any hopes of going to the Grand Finals through the upper bracket.
Oh, shot maybe then once more. Doesn't get that save, clearance out, maybe Dreamy. Time for him to get in the spotlight. It has been a bit. He's been quite the quiet player here, really just working after making those very obvious mistakes here from the last game where they did fail. This one, Super trying to pull this ball out once more. Matthias. Unfortunately outpaced by Khan, and then resume carrying the rest of the play here. We'll have this ball in a boost steal in the corner. Matthias, though luckily does have a full tank of boost to use. Regeo and Dreamy's pace here, very awkward play against him. Regeo's trying to invest a bit of a quick card change from last game, and we saw he's in the octane now. Rizen, click up over the head of Matthias, challenging from the back wall here, trying to get this play out somewhere, but I think this roster is kind of trying to keep this ball away from the grasp of this opposite team. I feel MaSuRa is just very befuddled. They have no idea what's happening right now. They're just trying to defend as much as they can against this reactionary tail from the side of Team Blue Pirot, but Super with nothing. Feel he's going to be in an empty tank, operating off of worst they have short, but a shot maybe comes in. Rizen nearly collects a goal once more. Han fake there will work, forces a double commit. First touch from Rizen. Regeo is ready. A 50 pinch. Once again, another double commit. I think they're genuinely desperation with sweat dripping down from this roster of MaSuRa. They are in a very tight ship that they have to run to defend a lot of these shots coming in from Blue Pirot here.
In the weeds, that's for certain. They've been playing defense for at least the last 2 minutes here.
Ooh.
And it continues every more and every time Blue Pirot goes to offense. Those demos are sure to follow. Every time they rotate out, it's one player gone from MaSuRa, and that's why they keep the pressure. It's why they shoot. It's why he scores. Dreamy ends the offense with a goal. Blue Pirot are back.
What a shot, Dreamy. He's been silent since last game, but suddenly he feels like he wants to take the spotlight once more, and he does it. He does it beautifully with this goal here. Fantastic shot. And reading that play for a tie goal, that equalizer couldn't have come at a better time here with seconds ticking down. Han watching out for Super maybe to Dreamy with the 50. Regeo slows it down, but not enough to get that shot though. Rizen collects that ball to Dreamy outplaced by Matthias now. Gotta be careful, leaves it up to Regeo now with it. Once again it's gonna be Han couldn't do well with the shot for too long. Matthias enough boost in the tank to at least shake off Dreamy, maybe, but Dreamy for not for long. That's going to be a pinch straight into the opposition's half here. Wait. Incredible angles. What is this happening right before the very goal line of Team MaSuRa? If they have to defend it, they got to defend it with their old lives on the line here. Not enough boost. They're under pressure. Possible double tap, maybe. Regeo clears it out, and finally a breathing moment for MaSuRa once more.
I can't believe MaSuRa somehow got that out. You could hear me exclaim. I didn't think they had a chance to keep that out of their net. And somehow, with almost no boost, they do. And they've been holding on for dear life in this game just to keep this series alive. Blue Pirot feels like it's their masterclass here, but yet they only have one goal to show. MaSuRa plays midfield. Matthias cleared away by Rizen. Dreamy, Khan, beat by Super. He's got room. They reset. Oh, it's kept away. Super missed the shots, and it's overtime in Game 4. MaSuRa must feel like they've been robbed because that was the chance they were looking for.
Oh no, that is just. I wouldn't even just say tragedy. I'd say that's just a failure here in the moment for Super. He tried his best, but just couldn't convert that goal. Maybe a shot from Dreamy, not gonna end. It's still 30 seconds having been gone into this overtime, and well, we're not too different. This is not our first rodeo, that's for sure. When it comes to an OT between these two sides here, Super desperate to keep it out, delayed enough so his team can have boost. But Tias, unfortunately, they did fail. Regale clears it out once again. A Dreamy leads it up to Khan from the sidewall. Lethal player gets a diagonal flip, cancel into the shot. Dreamy with a challenge. Be positive, but it's not enough. Back down to Risen. Fantastic setup there to the backboard. Enough boost maybe from Han, or sorry, from Dreamy to Khan from the touch to the ceiling, but that's all he's going to be able to do in this moment. Pitch there maybe Matthias, and he's super able to clear it out here. Risen back once again. Challenge in the corner. The whole roster of MaSuRa is here, and so too is the opposite team of Blue Pirot. Khan desperate to clear it out, hoping to find Risen for the 50. Super. They stops it for now, and a touch there from the double tap attempt. Unfortunately, that also goes wide. And Jamie once again pulls that ball down straight. Super easy clear. Khan hoping to find Jamie with the pass, maybe back down to Risen. Challenge up, trying to force the opposite team to waste more boost that they can't afford to lose here in this moment. So much pressure from either side to make a mistake here, but no one is giving up. They're made of real steel here, Sporty.
Yeah, it is. MaSuRa knows that lower bracket could be waiting for them. They need that next goal. That's gone just high. Blue Pro won the last overtime, and they're holding on to pressure. We know they can keep it, but they've got to go again here at midfield. Much more in contention now. After that first minute of Blue Pro offense, Dreamy left to Risen around the corner. Matthias doesn't have it. It's played up in front, and it's teed up for Khan. Saved by Regeo. And he will not clear this one out. Risen has the ball. Super gets blocked. Matthias to clear. Blue Pirot still on the play. Still on offense. Khan with space. Doesn't have the boost, but he forces the defender out anyways. Infield pass. No, not made there by Dreamy. Super will clear. MaSuRa alive still, but they're anything but well. Blue Pro continues to shut them down, continues to play offense, and you really feel like if the game continues like this, unless MaSuRa could do something differently, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, I feel those seconds are winding down, maybe to Risen. Air to a bump, attempted a super, Matthias save, Han with a shot, finds the top left hands! Takes the trash out. It's MaSuRa in the lower brackets, but it's gonna be this roster of the EU representatives finding themselves in the grand finals once more. What a shot, what a goal. Game is finished, Mr. Sporty.
I wouldn't call them trash, but MaSuRa does sound like basura, which is trash in Spanish. I can say confidently they're not trash. This team really did put a fight to Blue Pro, but Blue Pro, again, said it before, they made their claim known. They want to win this thing. But the way that things are playing, they are only one series win away. They take it through the upper bracket. They're now in the winners' finals, but the tournament is not over for them. It isn't over for MaSuRa. Element 7, I mentioned them before the stream started about how this team's making an incredible run. They're in the lower finals. I don't know how they are. They're the 22nd seed. I know these players decently well. They're like GC3 SSL. They've had an incredible run today. Clearly my seeding isn't correct here because they're in that lower finals and they're going to be playing against MaSuRa for a chance in the grand finals. That Element 7 run has been insane. These guys, true underdogs, to say the very least, but they've gotten through everybody so far and they're only one win away. Best of 3 up next against MaSuRa. Before we go into this 1v0, do you have anything you want to say, anything you want to add before we go into what is maybe the biggest surprise in this tournament so far, which is Element 7?
All I can say is this: good luck to everybody, because it's going to be a tough game. Sure, maybe the lower bracket and people might be underestimated, but make sure you don't go anywhere because there's more Rocket League to come, but there will be future messages. So come in time for some more entertainment brought to you by me and Sporty here. We'll see you soon after this break.
Welcome back to the Serenyx League Meltdown number 7. We're in the lower finals here. This is a best of 3, and this is also elimination. Element 7 have made probably the most impressive run I've seen. I know this team pretty well. This is a very impressive run for this roster. They're in the top 3, playing against MaSuRa here for a spot in the grand finals. The run's been incredible so far. You really feel like there's a lot that's on their side so far here for Element 7, but the question is, can they somehow continue this incredible run here in the lower finals, because this is going to be incredibly difficult for them.
Yeah, it is definitely good because I think they're a little bit out of their league, shall we say, pun intended in this one for Serenyx League. But yeah, when it comes down to it, Element 7, even though White Knight has come in and he went in and said, we're not playing around, we're here to take it away, and good luck to everybody here. I admire their confidence. I admire their tenacity, but it's all a matter of a moment to see if they can actually perform it. So maybe fatigue is set in, but they're not in for a very easy climb for the rest of it when it comes to Nagi, Hawk, and Stellar. So Hawk, it seems, is going to be the sub who's playing from their opposite side here for Team Element 7. So let's see if there's that change might just be the make or break for this roster as Regeo sets up a midfield flip reset air dribble shot here off the backboard. That ball will go after Hawk. Gets a back-to-back, awkward redirect save here coming in for the first couple of seconds.
Yeah, as you said again, it's going to be a very strange game here for Element 7, but that's the team I know that can play above their rank level still. You're talking about them playing as the number 1 overall seed in MaSuRa. We were talking beforehand, and I was checking beforehand to see if my claim earlier that we've never had a non-NA team win in a Meltdown before. I'm incorrect about that. We've had it happen once back in Meltdown number 1, and it was actually Regeo who had it, with a very different roster, but it was Regeo who won that one, so he's trying to go for for South America. He's trying to win another Meltdown for South America here. Obviously, the EU side in Blue Pro waiting in the grand finals here, Element 7, the last team left for North America. I don't think they were expecting themselves to be in this position, but they gotta perform well. MaSuRa in this best of 3, again, are the heavy seeds to go to the grand finals again, but we'll have to see how things go here. MaSuRa plays it up, Stellar to clear. We'll find Nagi, and Element 7 looking to keep the offense moving.
Yeah, Element 7 now Hawk clearance again. I've been disappointed with the way he's been performing, I'd say. Regeo slides it off the backboard. Enough boost here to maybe clear it up, but Sellers gets a back ball back. Dirigible hoping to slide off to Nagi. Nagi with flip reset shot. Oh, so close. Good with the first goal we see coming in. Straight away, unfortunately just hits off wide. DS save. Hoping to get it to Regeo from the ceiling. One more touch, a flip reset, not enough power. Nagi will have that save. Also, his Nagi is an anime character there, Sporty from Blue Lock, a football anime, I'm sure.
I bet that's where that name's come from as well. There's a lot of players who have anime nicknames as well that I know of, but the unfortunate thing is, I am too old and I don't know anything about anime, so you'll know more than I do.
Well, as an anime fan, well, I wouldn't say obsessed, but definitely a very avid watcher for sure. I do know, and Blue Lock, to be fair, is a very good anime. I can see why people with, in football or specifically carball would have a fascination with having something similar, making their persona something around it. But Nagi here has been doing quite well. Nagi is known as a very stellar character for his fantastic control in Blue Lock. Well, I've seen something similar from Aizo Nagi. We'll see if he's able to continue on the rest of it, or if maybe they lose it out. Hawk with Sean Hawk! Element 7 are not here to play around. They're in their element. A pass from Stellar, set up by Matthias in the awkward corner, trying to clear it up, but unfortunately didn't realize Hawk was there. Reads it off this corner. Fantastic shot, super, no goal. White Lightning, I believe he's taking the day off today. He's leaving it to Hawk, and Hawk, not disappointing at all with the demos and the goals here tonight.
Well, Lightning's also one of our managers in Serenyx League, so I'm sure he's enjoying the close matchup as well. As MaSuRa will play upfield, Element 7 will need to play back a little bit more, but I am impressed that Element 7 have even a lead in this series, although I guess I shouldn't be too surprised considering the teams and the caliber of teams that they have already beat tonight. Here in the lower finals, in the top 3, it's loser go home, winner play for that championship, and play for a part of that $120 prize pool here. The loser will get nothing as well. As Nagi to Stellar to goal 2. Element 7 have added a second goal, and I will say this, very impressed. I'm shocked to say the very least. I know this Element 7 team. This is well above the pay grade, and yet they're playing perfectly.
I would say far past perfect. This is utter utopia. I have never seen anything consistent. As we said, we discussed, these guys are ranked C, known for only being around GC3 here. So with the way they're playing, I would say, especially against the likes of people, especially for Matthias, who has a Liquipedia, known for having played so many tournaments, it comes as a shock with how consistently this game has gone in their favor. Hawk taking the chances now alongside Matthias. Matthias from the side, while open to find supers on the pre-jump saga here, but unfortunately it's not going to happen. No pass really comes in. Opens around the challenge. Regil trying his best. Quick reset, double tap angle really just failed. Unfortunately, stellar performance from these two sides, but mainly definitely from Hawk and Stellar here doing quite well for themselves in this first game to start it off. And to be fair, as you mentioned, it is best of 3 for the lower finals. That much makes it more pressureful of a situation really for any mistakes that might happen further. If they cannot even get one goal, I would say spell doomsday for team MaSuRa, after having fought so well as well in the upper bracket for so long, only to lose it to a possible likely Element 7, who today are bringing their A game.
Yeah, you can tell MaSuRa hurt from that upper bracket loss, hurt now from this lower bracket's poor start. It just continues as Element 7 play downfield. The only player on this team I don't know is Hawk, and I don't know if maybe Hawk's rank B, maybe he's higher ranked than than the rest of the players are on this team, but simply put, Element 7 fighting their way through the lower bracket gauntlet. This team just can't seem to find a way to lose. It is a true anime run for this roster, and now 1 win away from taking down the #1 overall seed, 1 win away from the 22nd seed in this tournament, going to the grand finals in what I must say might be the most impressive performance I've ever seen from a team of their caliber.
My God, 2 goals, not easy to do, but I would say definitely the ping difference is helping out a tad bit. To be fair, we do have to speak on reality here, and it has been quite consistent for this roster. Izonagi, Stellar, and Hawk today have truly brought themselves into a whole different level, but Matthias, Rageo, and Super last time, even at a very disadvantageous position, they did claw themselves back a tiny bit. So I don't think it's going to be straight of an easy game to call it quits from their side, but sure, it will be game 2 and match point now for this team of Element 7 to bring themselves all the way up to the grand finals and faced off against an EU representation from the side of Blue Pirot to see if they do have a chance at a bite of the prize pool. But will be enough to see in the game number 2 if that reality will be the case. Now, Sporty, this is the time to see if this game will continue, but good luck to these both sides.
Yeah, it is very much a good luck, especially for MaSuRa, who now need that luck and maybe a little bit more to get themselves back in this thing. No goals last game against Element 7. And with their whole tournament now on the line, $120 prize pool, only split across the top 2 teams. If MaSuRa lose here, the #1 overall seed, the best team here, the team from South America, might see their run end empty-handed. But an infield pass! No doubt about it! Super puts it in, and MaSuRa have done what they could not do last game, that is put one past Element 7.
Oh my God, Hawk tried his best, but unfortunately not going to happen. Super will not be denied that 1 goal. Rageo, Super, and this team of MaSuRa is not out for the county just yet. Matthias and well, it's going to be now waiting for the play. Matthias will charge here. Hawk sends it clear down to Stellar. Izonagi is so slow for that challenge, so unfortunately gives it away. It's more Rageo has control on the sidewall, getting a clear cut shot for the flip reset. Saved once more. Maybe for Nagi. Original bomb not gonna happen. Can't connect in time. Stellar with a shot. Hawk once more as well. 50 that goes wide. Up into the air here from the ceiling. Can he read it? Super? Yes, he can. But Izonagi is ready at the same time on the same sidewall. Available to maybe clear it down here. Hawk and this roster clearing it up once more, and it's gonna be Still 1-0. Maybe this might change it to a 2-0 if this mistake goes into the back of the net. Izanagi will come back in time for recovery save. A shot maybe from Rogeo ends the dreams nearly for Hawk. Gets a save once again, but the pressure is too much. He's being engaged in a very awkward Rule 1, I must say. So this is now turned into a 2v2. Never mind, it's been broken. I don't know what happened there, but hey, luckily enough for this team, they managed to move it away here. Matthias cannot get that sealing read, but they will come back for a shot. Stellar so close, and Izanagi clears it once more.
Element 7 definitely feeling the pressure that MaSuRa brought last series around. Definitely feeling the pressure that MaSuRa wants to bring to these matches. Now they'll clear it away, but Nagi, Hawk, plays it. Rogeo will clear. It's back to Stellar. He didn't really find the shot he wanted from there, a little too far up. And it will be this one played upfield as MaSuRa pinched back by Rogeo. Nagi to clear. Matthias, Hawk, the new sub, played to Stellar. Element 7 tracking the midline, but they can't find the net here. Rogeo plays it upfield. It's down the corner. Rogeo again across the net. Diaz read it, but won't get very far. Element 7. Midfield bound, midfield poised. Matthias up high. It's Hawk who will keep to this one. Hawk to the net. Super to clear. Nagi got bumped, but it's Stellar. Saved away. Held on by MaSuRa. Held on by their defense. And for 2 minutes left, still a 1-goal lead. MaSuRa clings to life with this game. Matthias, unable to hit the target. Super doesn't read it. Matthias has no boost, and Nagi knows well. Pass to Stellar, shot on target! Element 7, break down the midfield. And that is an equalizing goal from the captain. What a showing. And what a huge surprise still, but they're knocked out of it. Matthias won't let them free. That is huge. MaSuRa's back. And they keep on battling. One goal up for the favorites. For the number 1 seed, you would say. Element 7. What a battle they've had. I've already taken 1 game, but they know this series can change so quickly. It is a best of 3 after all, as Hawk on target. Matthias is there, taken out of the field now, as Stellar kept away by Super. Nagi. Pinched midfield, but it's Rogeo. Hawk again. Super. Element 7. Just waiting as Nagi. Stellar. Blocked by Matthias. MaSuRa. 60 seconds away from forcing game 3 as Stellar to shoot. Super to block. Rogeo. Nagi on the challenge. Super again. It's Hawk still with it. Element 7. Holding on, but they don't have the lead just yet. Stellar to give him a chance at that 1 goal earlier. Now he's got open room. Plays it in Rogeo. Matthias is there. And it is cleared away again. Running out of time here. Element 7 hold the lead in the series, but they don't hold the lead in this game. Yodur, I think they hold the lead in expectations to win this matchup. Nagi. Super. Champions Field, less than 30 seconds away. Nagi to jump. Save by Rogeo. Super doesn't have it. This one is on target. And Hawk has it. 13 seconds. The bump by Matthias. And Hawk has open light. "13 seconds left. Element 7 looking to do the upset of the tournament. Nagi plays it away. Rogeo clears it back. Stellar. This ball kept alive by MaSuRa. Super. Rogeo. Matthias. Hawk won't get bumped, won't get taken out. Overtime in game 2. Element 7 are 1 goal away. Super. Looking for one off the kickoff. Won't sneak one by Nagi. And now it's pinched back. Element 7 just need one good reason to win this series. Super to clear. Mageo won't read it. Hawk will. MaSuRa. They're the team that's got the better seed, and yet they're the ones playing as if they have the disadvantage. Push back. Pushed away. Element 7. The upset of the tournament, the surprise of the tournament, you would say. But if you're talking about upsets, only 1 goal away from doing it here. Infield pass! Hawk! We always hit the post! Element 7. Mere units away. Now they'll play it outright. Hawk again. One-on-one with Super! Over! Domo! Can't get the double tap. MaSuRa plays. Stellar wins. Super! Blocked away. Nagi. Stellar keeps it alive. Element 7. The 22nd seed in the tournament. Matias. The rank X player. The highest rank in the lobby. Plays one to Bageo. Element 7 waiting back. Everybody in that same corner too. This is not a good place to be. The overtime continues. They'll get away with that as here goes Rogeo. The reset! What a block by Stellar! Now it's Nagi. Won't get this one. Stellar again. What a denial. And they stay on it too. Nagi. With time and space. With a play upfield. With a player in front. Gets the demo. In front. Oh, it's off the crossbar. Off the sidewall too. It's Hawk to the net. This one's kept wide. Nagi. Saved away again. MaSuRa. Powering in net. Infield pass. Straight to Stellar. Straight to the orange side of the field. 2.5 minutes. Nagi wins the play. If Ground Zero were here, I'm sure he'd be screaming just the same. As it's Stellar with the play. Nagi. With room, he got bumped before he could make the shot. He'll still play the challenge. Back to Hawk. Back in Element 7's favor. Stellar. Sent down by Matias. It's Hawk for Nagi for the net! The upset of the tournament! The #1 seed is out! Element 7 are into the grand finals! You can't tell me that we just saw pigs fly. What on earth was that? And that makes me so surprised. Element 7 sweep MaSuRa. The 22nd seed. What an incredible run tonight. MaSuRa's out. Element 7 are in. And they're into the last match of the evening to take on Blue Pirot. Blue Pirot trying to create history as the first EU team to win one of these 3v3 meltdowns. Element 7 at this point now trying to continue the seemingly impossible. But right now, all I have to say is, are you entertained? Because I certainly am. The grand finals is up next. We'll see you then. The grand finals is here. Element 7 are into this final match of the evening as they take on Blue Pirot. Blue Pirot trying to be the first EU team to win this event. Element 7, the number 22 seed. I think they're already happy with their result tonight, but at this point, whatever they do is just a bonus because, man, to make second place from that low of a seed, that is more than just impressive. I think the question now, I think if you're Element 7 is, what more can you do with the rest of this tournament? What more can you do now in the grand finals against Blue Pirot?
It's a tall order. It's a very, very tall order, and I'm sure the menu is equally so going to be just as tiring. But we're going to have to see now with Element 7, are they out of their element challenging a roster such as this is going to be an interesting game to finish it off for tonight for this grand finals and game advantage for Blue Pirot. For anyone who doesn't know, this is going to be a best of 5 for that final with that moment set, and we're going to see who's going to win for tonight. Will it be the side of Element 7, or will it be Blue Pirot, who have looked undominable for tonight's game? We're going to continue on, and likely whenever the signal is good to go, let's get this game started, Sporty. I am excited to see how well this game is going to go in this best of 5 for tonight.
You said as well here, let's get things going. I know if there's anyone that wants to have this tournament end, it is Blue Pirot. It is them. It's like 6 a.m. for them. It's the middle of the night. They're ready to go to bed. But we're not. The party still continues here in the grand finals. One more best of 5. Blue Pirot on the cusp of history. No EU team has ever won a Serenyx League 3v3 Meltdown. They could be the first. They were only one game away from being the first last event, losing in Game 5 of the grand finals against the Llama champions. In that event, they were expected to lose. This one, they're expected to win here against Element 7, but we can say the same about Element 7 in every match they've had so far. They lost in upper round 1 to Serenyx Esports. Since then, they have not lost at all, beating every single team they played against, and including that 2-0 win over MaSuRa. Now in the grand finals for Element 7. They've already won a lot in their minds, but Blue Pirot are not done. They want to win this tournament. They've got something to play for here against Element 7, and they'll get things started in Game 2 as the first goal drops for Dreamy.
Yeah, her fantastic first shot, straight power behind that one here. And as we were earlier just in the discussion of a very, very funny interaction between these two sides, talking about KFC and the EU team needing to finish off early because, well, you know, Risen has to go and get ready in the morning for his job here. And to be fair, you know what, you can respect the man on his grind trying to get that bread, but equally so trying to get that bread before he even makes his way to the main job. Dreamy, fantastic challenge. Good interaction on that 50. Khan has to come back in the save here, gets that ball out. Turns to just minimally fail because there's a lot of people here still available. Stellar follows up immediately. Isunagi backward now. Great slow touch. Hawk tried his best, but unfortunately his best will not be enough here in the corner. Dreamy clearing out. Risen back once again. Has a space for himself to use here. Less than stellar opportunities, though, I have to say. And the shot was clearing back down. Isunagi. Can't get that double. A bump on the back. Han desperate to clear that up, but unfortunately it seems he's bumped his own teammate, and Hawk will find himself with the equalizer.
That's what Element 7 do. It's scrappy, it's not clean, but all they do is they get plays in front and they set up each other. Blue Pirot all throughout that chaos in the middle of the mix, and Element 7 waiting. Hawk scores, and what's even crazier is that Hawk's their sub. This is their sub, and he's playing with them, and they're making the grand finals. I don't know if he's going to be their sub forever if he's playing like this, but the way Element 7 have been going, Hawk definitely has proven himself tonight, but still not done. Blue Pirot, they want this one to be over. They want to win this one, win 2 more games, end the night, end the tournament, make a little bit of history, and win a little bit more money. But Element 7 winning on their side as Hawk lays this one across, will be cleared away by Khan. Stellar pinch this one back as Agi is there, but Blue Pirot will have to play a little bit more patiently as Element 7 play to the corner. Blue Pirot collects, and it will be Khan. Dreamy, beat on the flick. Stellar! Nagi can't find the shot, but Blue Pirot definitely nervous. These late night hours are really catching up to them here. Element 7 have gotten chances. They are still just as scary as they were before. Against Blue Pirot, it's going to take a little bit more work. This team beat MaSuRa. This team's been waiting. They're fresh. They're ready. They're feeling confident. Element 7 have a tougher match here than against MaSuRa. So far, they've held up well, but they've got to take that lead eventually, or else it's going to be Blue Pirot who will take it and likely build off of it as this game continues.
Yeah, Risen from his own side has to play off a air to the flip reset pass. Izunagi stops him right in his tracks here. The second touch does find itself in the opposite corner. Stellar trying to get a clear here, but unfortunately that fails. They'll boost him on, not only that, but a really tough position to get out of here in this situation. They're stuck between a rock and a hard place, I feel, from the side of team. Oh, Element 7, but unfortunately this continues on the way it has been, and it's still equal between these two sides with time ticking down. 2 minutes still remaining. But will it be enough is the matter, because will this game go back to another OT? The E representatives working on some high ping, sure, but the reactions have been more than of their speed, killing down time second by second, and the first goal came in their favor. Ever since then, they've really had that flow on lock. I think Element 7 is still trying their best to really just catch up the responses. Hawk, unfortunately, can continue on the rest of the play here, and it's going to be a dreamy foot reset. Going down low, faking the musty fake attempt, and on a read from the sidewall.
Blue Pro just waiting, trying to find any opening. Element 7 have not given them much to work with here. Blue Pro have offense, and you know with time, this team will find goals. Element 7 in real danger at this point as an infield pass. Khan, oh, he's got some room here, but will not be able to get around Hawk as it's Dreamy. Risen. Khan, this one's open! It's Dreamy! Splits the defense in half! Blue Pro with 1 minute to go, and this is now 1 minute to play for.
Oh my god, what a shot. So much pressure against this team. Element 7 couldn't deal with it for too long before something snapped, and well, that exactly what snapped was the sound of their defense breaking right at the very seams it was running on. It was running on thin needles for a very long time. Another touch and open net. On reads the redirect pass coming in from Risen from the sidewall here into the open net, and it's GG's. The dreams of E7 finish right here, right now. Match point is theirs to grab, because once again, reminder, it is match point in their favor already. So it was 1-0 prior to all of this starting, so now it's 2-0 now with match point. It's pressure right on the heads of Element 7, and I don't know if they're going to break any further. What's there left really to break? Han 50. Does Hawk get this pressure back again, working against them? And unfortunately, Dreamy gets that save. Once more, another clear here, maybe to Risen. Han looks to be a bit out of place here as he's just trying to make his way back on the rotation. Hawk throwing it down, hoping to find Nagi. Nagi is ready and prepared, but unfortunately the touch is ill so. Risen from him to Dreamy. Dreamy and reacting time Stellar. Looking to lead it down into the due course for the open net here, but unfortunately that also fails the plan and the executions. One on paper, Element 7 look like they could have done something here. They just get blocked every single time. We're 11 seconds up. Looks like it's game over for Element 7 after a very fantastic run here.
Blue Pro will take match point here. Element 7 may have finally met their match this evening. 2-0 lead for Blue Pro. 1 win away from taking the tournament and making history. This best of 5 is not over just yet, but Blue Pro now are only 1 win away. They could really make this their own here, but they've still got a lot of work to do. They've still got a lot to do. I think there's still a lot that this team will have to look into here, because, I mean, this is not over just yet. This team has a lot that they have to do, and I mean, it's not over. That's the thing, Ground Zero. It's still not over. Element 7 knows that it's not over.
It's not over.
But it's going to be a tough position for them here. No one's been able to beat Blue Pro tonight. And Element 7, I mean, it was close, but close isn't going to be enough for them. They're going to have to really break through, or else this could be a very quick Grand Finals. And historically, Serenyx League, the Grand Finals have always been quick. This might follow suit if Blue Pro just wins one more, and you really feel like it is in their favor to win again. This is their series to lose.
Yeah, Element 7, I want to give so much credit to these lads. They've played fantastic. They've played so good, and I want to be on the side. I love the underdog story here. That is a story we love to see, but you just can't escape the reality. You just can't escape facts, and it's been on the side of Blue Pro. They've played consecutively, one of the most consistent games, undefeated, going so well in their long time run against this every roster, and I don't think Element 7 is going to be really any different. Just one more roster to add to their very long list of teams they've defeated here on their run all the way towards the Grand Finals. Han Blip, he's had some good placements. Han, he's been near day 2, day 3, consistent in RLCS, so it goes to show that this man is possibly talent that you might see on the main team one day. Oh wait, that's coming for the save though, watching out for that challenge. Oh, MaSuRa tried his best, but unfortunately the ball will go out, and Hawk and Stellar are left to clean up the rest of the mess here. Hawk trying to keep it in within midfield. Risen has the control, flip reset. Might just be it. They're just going for an initial bump instead. He's going to fake the flip reset. The only thing he had a move booster, so to be fair, he made some very good conscious decisions. Han bumped into the corner. Balls is doing a fantastic pinball maneuvering around this whole lobby right now.
Yeah, but Blue Pro, keep it, and that's the worry I have out right now for Element 7. They're not winning possession, they're not winning the challenges, they're not winning the play. Blue Pro, again, just keeping possession. They have been annoying to dispossess tonight, and they're keeping it that way here in the grand finals as Nagi will be risen. Blue Pro looking for the first one in midfield. Dreamy never went. Now goes Khan. He's found Dreamy. Dreamy's found the back wall. He's found a teammate waiting in Risen. No challenge there. He'll take his time. Stellar takes it away. Another big clear for Element 7. It won't give them the ball, but they're just trying to slow down Blue Pro first. Then they're trying to take the ball. It's an idea that I don't really like, but the way Element 7's playing, with how far back they are, I mean, they don't have many options. They've just got to find ways to take the ball away, take Blue Pro back, and hope that Blue Pro's possession does not result in goals.
Be careful about that because the situation is looking dire. Hawk awkward off the backboard. Same thing with Dreamy now leading up another challenge from the ceiling. The pinch from the corner still work to keep it in flow. The momentum is garnering for this roster of team. Blue Pro here, first touch, a little bit ill-controlled. Dreamy has to stop it. Lays it in the midfield here. Risen is back alongside Han. First surf touch coming in. Risen got to be careful. No special awareness here, unfortunately, as a consequence of a demo, and will redirect off of Hawk's car straight into the opposite corner here. Dreamy steals the boost. Alongside Han. Straight to the top now with Dreamy. Dreamy challenging. Missing the ball. Crucial moment to get a goal here. Maybe that could have been the one goal that they needed, just only defend afterwards, but it's not going to happen. And still even as we started off half a time ago, it feels a decade ago with the way this pace has been going up this game, really. Much slower, I feel, because they're trying to play more reactionary between both sides and make sure no mistakes really happen. Consistent rotation all the way back, pushing the one man required forward. That's all that's been done ever since then. Now it's back training with Stellar. Good diagonal flip cancel to get that soft touch over maybe the Hawk, but it's not going to happen. Dreamy continuing on with the dribble here and got that sound well redirected. Could have been a bit more, I would say, well connected. But MaSuRa now looking awkward with the ball, hoping to find a teammate. Shot that's going to go in finally for Team Element 7.
They've been waiting. Those infield passes have been dangerous tonight, and they continue to use them here. I love that shot from Hawk. Behind Risen too. That's the perfect place to put that. The perfect place to see it. Blue Pro have not scored yet this game. Eventually someone's going to break the deadlock. It will be an infield pass from Element 7, who have not had that much offense to work with, but the other team's not scoring. You don't need much offense to really put the pressure on them here.
Now, ball off the backboard. Touch for Han. This is genuinely the last game to just need to win it away. This could be, just as expected, a very, very fast game, and you can see why these grand finals go so fast, because the team that mainly made the way through did so because they deserve it. Now Han, alongside the same sidewall here, we do see Risen to be the one to fall up. Yes, he does. Laying off the ceiling with Hawk now, trying to get in a bit of that action, but unfortunately not going to happen. Hawk back once again. His recoveries are quite fantastic, I have to say. Very consistent and speedy. Comes back more than enough space to utilize. And Dreamy now going to get a charge. Han slaps it up. Two more touches. Will it be enough to continue the rest of it? Who knows? Not going to happen for now, though. Risen. Pass up to Dreamy. The lobs is failing once again. I feel the connection between the slowing down of the pace of this game has been the undoing for this roster. There's a half minute left here. Sorry, less than half a minute here, and this game is ticking down against this roster. Maybe the double tap might just be the one to do it. The double tap goes in. Risen equalizes it once more.
A very awkward touch as well, and unfortunately for Seller, that goal goes in because of him. Right off the front of his car, and an unfortunate position to stand in, but Blue Pro will take it. After all that work, they were destined to at least leave with something this game. Now it's tied, and now they have a chance to lead. Khan, saved by Hawk. Risen, off the back wall, it's Dreamy and waits. Shot saved by Stellar. Risen, another play, but everybody on Element 7's waiting. Risen's gonna make a move. And they'll all wait for him as Khan, Dreamy, waiting as Hawk to clear. Risen. Blue Pirot. To the ground. To the second touch. That one to the bump the net. It was a great idea from Risen, but it will just fail short as Dreamy holds on. Hawk will clear. Risen keeps it up. Nagi hits it the wrong direction. Maybe one last chance. It's kept up, but not forever. Overtime in Game 3. If Blue Pirot score next, they make Serenyx League history and win the 3v3 Meltdown, the first EU team in Serenyx League history to do so.
Amy clears it down alongside Hawk. Can they make history? Risen. Not enough from the ceiling. That's going to be all he can do. Han. Fantastic challenge right down to Risen. Risen ready with the pace. Backward once again. Hoping to find Dreamy. Too slow. Dreamy and Han. All the way down now past third man. Dreamy. Slaying something so perfectly, I would say. And losing off the backboard. He's been a lethal man to see off the backboard. Plays here. Maybe to Dreamy. Oh, that's going to be a great save from Hawk. Keeps it away. Izonagi. First touch was well controlled. Pace here from this team. Risen with a save once again. Dreamy keeps it up. Past halfway line here off the side wall is not the best places to be when you have no boost and floating down. It's going to make that rotation back even slower. Recoveries are coming at a very, very sparse moment for this roster. Ground pinch easily collected by Han. Han right back up to the counterattack. Flip reset. Can he get the power? No, too slow. Kills momentum and it's right back to Dreamy. Dreamy once again. As third man, he's been doing quite well to delay a lot of these shots. Two people, Hawken. I believe it was Stellar there for a pinch. Oh my god, that could have been a disastrous moment for Element 7. Looks that game might just be nearly over. The pressure too much. Not enough boost really for either team. They're working on fumes here, Sporty.
Yeah, everybody's working on fumes here. Element 7 have had 8 straight series wins. They want to let it be 9. They don't want to give up, but Blue Pirot hold them back ever more. Risen plays the challenge. Hawk plays the ball. Low boost for everyone on Element 7 as it's cleared away. Dreamy burst out in Nagi. Risen clears it away. 2-on-1. Khan with the bump attempt in front. Nothing made there. Blue Pirot will need to try again as it's Risen off back. Second touch save! And it's Nagi cleared. Blue Pirot are just moments away there from winning it. Now they've overcome it. It's wide open for Hawk. And Element 7 stay alive.
Element 7 not over just. You can't count the game over even if the clock ticks 0. We had to settle this game in overtime. 2 minutes of that so as well. And Hawk takes his roster all the way forward to at least a game win in this series, the best of 5, 2-1. Still, not the best result with the pressure still against them. But at least fate keeps them alive for another continuous game in this finale for the grand finals. Fantastic goal here, but the overcommit, big mistake from Han from the ceiling especially. I feel they could have been much well better done, but unfortunately for them, it feels like it's going to be a longer time to bring themselves all the way through. Great game, Element 7, truly one of their element here. At least with Hawk, he has been under so much pressure to perform the way he has been, but glad to see this game still continue on. We're going to see a continuation of this grand final as well. The action isn't finished here, Sporty.
No, it isn't. Game 4, here we come. And for Element 7, every single game, they've really had to win by such desperate means, but desperate means call for desperate measures, call for clutch moments. Hawk's been on the end of most of them. In fact, he's been on the end of almost all of them. And if we see more from Hawk, we will see more from what he can do. Hawk is really led this Element 7 team to where they are now. Blue Pro still have the chance to win it, but with Hawk's win, you feel like there's now a little bit of hope for Element 7 to somehow bring this thing back and create the reverse sweep that they've been asking for.
Oh yeah, it is a tough call though to make, but now with at least a game win, it seems very possible. Hawk. Another pressure, Stellar for a shot. That's gonna be straight in. It's Nagi with the complexity decal to shoot it in fantastically. Dreamy couldn't connect on that. That ball actually just went straight through his guard, and unfortunately he's just floating. Forced to watch that ball go straight into the back of the net, and that's gonna be GG's for the first 20 seconds. The pressure works in favor for the roster of Team Element 7.
Element 7 have really had their battles, but they still have a little bit more to do if they want to win this grand finals. It comes down to winning 2 more games in a row. Stellar, Dreamy, Blue Pirot, and $120 prize pool. for both these teams. You know Blue Pirot once personally at second to last event. They were 1 win away. Element 7 trying to bring this thing back, and last event it feels eerily similar because not only were they 1 game away in the grand finals, lost it as well. They won the winners finals. They won that one. They were the better team. Blue Pro feels like they are running into a repeat of history here. Can they stop it from happening? What a play in front. Nagi clears it out. Element 7 hold their lead, but Blue Pro just waiting and waiting. As thank you for the raid there, Rocket Rivals. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining the Serenyx League 3v3 Meltdown number 7. Element 7 trying to make the Cinderella story happen in the grand finals against Blue Pro, who are looking to make history as being the first EU team to win our NA-based tournament. In Game 5, the grand finals, everything ahead here. Ground Zero is with me as well. I'm Sporty FC.
Yo, guys.
And Element 7 hold the lead right now, Ground Zero, but Blue Pro, they've held offense. All they need to do is find ways to break through. It's easier said than done, but they've done it here in this grand finals. They need to do it again here in Game 4.
Yeah, it's not a story that's unheard for this team of Blue Pirot, that's for sure, knowing these individual players as well on a level. On my part, I know it's very capable, but it's a matter of exactly putting that from pen to paper. Oh, it could have been the moment that definitely could have shaped it up here. Another shot challenge on! We'll get the goal to tie up this game. 1-1 pass from Risen off the sidewalk, laying up the charge. So much power, heat, and energy behind that goal from Han. 127 wanted to make sure that there was no hope of Element 7 of anywhere near coming close to a save there. And unfortunately for them, that is exactly what happened. Risen put off the kickoff. Now it has to be Han. Han's too slow. Hawk is there and ready. Stellar nearly bumped into transformation to an aerial here, but unfortunately that transition will be outplay. Risen for an open net. This team switches the fates instantaneously. In the snap of a finger, what even happened? Dreamy fake, Risen with a shot, so much power behind him and no boost. And he still gets that goal straight away, no bounce to the back of the net. Element 7 find themselves down a goal here now with only half the remaining time left within the scheduled 5-minute game here, Sporty.
Time will run away quite quickly for them here. This is not a game you want to be wasting your time in if you're Element 7. Blue Pro have won possession so often they can really take time off of that clock. Their 1-goal lead won't exactly hold forever, you feel, but Element 7, they know that Blue Pro can hold it. It's a sketchy lead, but easily enough for them here. As Khan, where's everything, baby? Bounce! Where's the defense? Khan will score. Element 7 were nowhere to be found.
Incredible goal, incredible moment to find themselves with a goal like this. That's 3-1 now, 2 minutes. Within the literal past 2 minutes, I would swear to you right now, Sporty, we have seen the most important goals we've ever seen in this moment, because this game has been quite tight-lipped with how difficult it has been to even get past each other's defense here between both sides. You got to give credit to the defense of Element 7 for keeping themselves along for so long here. Their offense finally shook them up, but it seems like once again the favor has been cut down. Aizonagi trying to kill it into the corner. Risen, soft and fast touch, leading the charge here for a possibility of a goal. Maybe it might change. Khan ready for the follow-up. Stellar slows, but Han still gets that read again. No second, but enough for Dreamy at least to lay it up for a possible shot here for Han, but unfortunately once again too slow and easily it's down here. Wait, this might just be going straight away into the opposite net. No, luckily enough it manages to go wide here. Quick from Dreamy. Once more follows it up. Maybe attach into this midfield here. Might find themselves with possession still remaining in their hands, but with 1 minute 13 seconds there earlier, we still see themselves at 3-1. Looks like fate might not change in favor for this roster as the Tekkens do dick down for this team. Element 7 looks like their story might be cut early.
The Cinderella story always has to come to an end eventually. Will this be the end for Element 7? Still searching for some reason to stay alive. Hawk missed it. Nagi now. Stellar nowhere to be found as this one played upfield. Element 7 can't win the challenge. Dreamy sends it away, but it's Stellar to keep things going. Element 7 have had to win 8 straight matches to the lower bracket to get to this point. Now they have a chance here. 2-on-1. What a save. Dreamy gets on the end of it. And he denies Element 7 20 seconds and counting. Stellar, all the way back. This one denied from exiting. Nagi, 2 touches, can't get the second. Hawk will clear it away. Khan, Risen,
God.
Dreamy, Blue Pirot, looking, searching, keeping that ball away. Yes, it will be history. The first EU team to win a Serenyx League 3v3 Meltdown. They got second place last event, Khan and Dreamy. Now they get first this event. No more waiting, no more game 5s for them, no more heartbreak. History has been made.
That deserves a round of applause. What a fantastic game to finish it off here. And it was filled with the drama, the roller coaster of emotions. They brought us on a very long travel, that was for sure, between these two sides. But Element 7 is just the Detroit. It will not happen for tonight. It will be the indomitable team of Team Blue Pro, the EU representatives. And a part of me is unfortunately sad for the underdogs, sure, but an even bigger part of me is definitely happy that the EU side team and friends I'm familiar with will be the ones to win it off here for tonight. That will be it from us for sure. An amazing game, and I'm glad to have been on this journey with you, my friend Sporty.
Yeah, it has been a great event here. Big thanks to our friends at Serenyx Esports and the Serenyx League for letting us stream events over and over again. They let us do this stuff, and they are always so nice about it here. Again, big thanks to them. Big thanks as well to Gaetana, who has been, again, one of the major helps here, and to our sponsor in future form, Design Labs. Again, where you can get your design needs met. We're going to have a little bit of a break. We run events almost every single week. We're going to have a break here for a week. We'll be back on September 6th with the next edition of the 1v1 Gauntlet. If the schedule continues as it has been, we'll be back in a few weeks with the 1v1 Gauntlets. But from myself and from Ground Zero, thank you all so much for joining the Spotia stream and the Serenyx League 3v3 Meltdown number 7. Congratulations to Blue Pirot. Thank you all so much for joining. Have an amazing rest of your night. Take care. We'll see you guys again in a future Saturday evening.
Bye-bye.